So what do you do when you do right but life does you wrong? What do you do? The text is teaching us that there will be some days when you go to God and say, this was not supposed to happen to me or my family. I wish I had some true witnesses. I know I got a couple of amens right there. But I wish I had some true believers who would declare that I've been trying to do right by God, but God still be letting stuff happen to me. You faithfully attend church, some things ain't supposed to happen to you. I believe that when you serve and you give your tithes, there's certain things that you should not have to experience. When you're doing right, it's hard to understand how you get wrong. And here's a hard pill for us to swallow. When you walk faithfully with God, you will be disappointed by God. Sometimes God will disappoint you. There'll be some moments when what you expect from God will not always be what you experience with God. God doesn't always answer prayers the way that you want him to answer them. God doesn't always move when you want him to move. God does not always show up the way that you want him to show up, Nikki. I don't care how much you tithe or how talented you are. Doesn't matter how loud you shout, how good you dance. You cannot force the hand of God to act in ways that are convenient to you. Media ministry, y'all catch up with me. Because God will disappoint you. Because God doesn't always say yes. You cannot force the hand of God to act in ways that are convenient to you is where we're at. God doesn't always move the mountain. God doesn't always take the thorn away. God doesn't always heal you like you want him to, when you want him to. And God has a way of disappointing you, and you have to have the faith to hold on to God even when God doesn't do what you want him to do. You're going to have the faith, Tracy, to overcome disappointment. Because real faith is not expecting God to do something. Real faith is believing in God when he doesn't do what you want him to do. Real faith is not me expecting God to do great things. Real faith is me trusting God when it doesn't work out. Real faith is when I worship God and sickness is still in my body. Real faith is when I trust God when I ain't got a dime in my pocket. Real faith is when I still serve him while I'm unemployed. See, real faith is holding on to God's hand even when I'm going through hell here on earth. That's real faith